Mesothelioma is a type of cancer that develops from the mesothelium, which is a protective lining that covers many of the internal organs of the body. Although mesothelioma most commonly develops in the pleura, outer lining of the lungs, and internal chest cavity, it can less frequently occur in other areas where mesothelial tissues are present, such as the peritoneum, the lining of the abdominal cavity, the pericardium, sac-like tissue around the heart, and the tunica vaginalis, sac-like membrane surrounding the testes. Extremely rarely, mesothelioma has also been reported to develop in other unusual sites beyond these common locations, including in the breast tissue. While mesothelioma of the breast is an exceptional disease, clinical trials evaluating new treatments for advanced mesothelioma in general may potentially help patients with this unusual diagnosis as well. Some key steps to take to help locate clinical trials that could potentially be relevant include searching online clinical trial databases, discussing options with your medical oncologist, and contacting leading mesothelioma treatment centers. The largest and most comprehensive database of clinical trials being conducted in the United States is ClinicalTrials.gov, maintained by the National Library of Medicine and National Institutes of Health. This site allows you to search for studies based on the condition, location, phase of trial, interventions involved, and other parameters. Within ClinicalTrials.gov, you can enter search terms like mesothelioma and breast to find any open studies specifically looking to enroll patients with this diagnosis. You may need to expand your search just to mesothelioma to catch trials aimed at mesothelioma in general sites. Review the eligibility criteria carefully to see if a trial may be a potential fit. Some top academic medical centers specializing in mesothelioma treatment and research also maintain their own databases of clinical trials underway at their facilities. Good sites to check include Johns Hopkins Sidney Kimmel Comprehensive Cancer Center, University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, Mayo Clinic, MD Anderson Cancer Center, Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and Brigham and Women's Hospital, Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Contacting these leading centers directly is also an option to inquire if they have trials or referrals for mesothelioma of the breast. In addition to searching online resources yourself, discussing clinical trial options with your medical oncologist is important. They will be familiar with the latest studies and best matches based on your specific disease characteristics, prior treatment history, and health status. Oncologists at major cancer hospitals are also more likely to know of unusual cases or rare subtypes and may have special guidance. Request a clinical trial consultation to optimize the process. When reviewing potential clinical trial options, it's a good idea to ask specifics about the phase and purpose of the trial, study interventions involved, patient eligibility criteria, study locations, potential benefits and risks, experimental nature of treatments, trial time commitment and follow-up testing required. Look for open phase 2 or phase 3 trials studying new drugs, drug combinations, or other treatments for recurrent or advanced mesothelioma. Phase I safety studies exploring novel agents may also be possibilities if no other options exist based on your unique situation. Joining a clinical trial could potentially provide access to promising new treatments not otherwise available while also contributing to advances for future patients. Trials aim to determine if new approaches are safe, effective, and improve outcomes compared to standard options. While there are no guarantees, participating is often seen as a worthwhile step toward potentially helping oneself and others facing a difficult cancer diagnosis with limited treatment alternatives like mesothelioma of the breast. Thoroughly researching available options and having an open discussion with your care team are important initial steps to explore this route. To find clinical trials for the rare diagnosis of mesothelioma of the breast, systematically searching ClinicalTrials.gov and the websites of leading mesothelioma treatment centers, discussing options with your medical oncologist, and requesting a clinical trial consultation can help optimize identification of potential relevant research studies and special programs evaluating new treatments for advanced mesothelioma in general that may possibly provide options for this unusual presentation as well. A dedicated, multi-pronged search approach and open communication with experienced specialists offers the best chance to explore clinical trial possibilities for this rare subtype of cancer.